Hi, my name is Phil. I'm from Phil Health, and today I'm gonna bring up a subject which has been ringing on my mind, um, which has to do with health. And Phil Health is all about health. So I bring up this subject, which is very important for all of us, especially for those countries that entitle themselves as uh, first world countries, and sometimes I think, is it really? Well, this one has to do mainly with education. Uh, for example, we go into places and, for example, school, and you analyze the children, you observe them uh, for months, for example, and there is no changes on the behavior of children. Children, they are the reflex of the education that is given to them by their parents and by um, by teachers. And sometimes you don't see a progress on their education. You might even see a worsening on their education. It's not getting better. It's not improving. They are supposed to be on a journey of self-awareness, experience, learning, growth, um, and he should be spiritual, psychological, and also physical, since that is physical activity is also within school. But the worst thing is to get into these places and see the opposite, and see chaotic children, and see just a few number of them and making so much noise. That there's no monitoring of the children. I remember when I was studying, and we were more than 1,000 in the schools that I was, because they were uh, government school, they were public schools, and there was a lot of students in the prep school and in the high school, and we were thousands of them, and still I don't remember of listening to so much noise uh, when I was there. The education was completely different. Okay, that was how many years ago? It was maybe 30 or more years ago, and the education was completely different. Okay, um, but things are supposed to improve. They are not supposed to get worse, isn't? And that's one thing that I've been noticing on this system, is that things actually getting worse in education, which is very important, isn't it? Um, and also another matter is recycling. You go to places, and once more I put a school the place of an example, and because it's supposed to be education there, overall education of every subject that exists, because it's a place of education, isn't it? Parents are picking their children, and they are leaving them in that place in order for them to be educated. But recycling, which is for me one very important thing, because you can recycle everything, and everything can be used as a sub-product for making cars, for making clothes, for making roofs for houses, for making walls, for making roads, for making new bean trolleys, for example, for making bicycles, for making wheels, for making a lot of things, for making seats to put in parks. Recycling, that's what the name says, is supposed to be recycled. And I don't see the point of recycling a lot of things but not recycling bags. But on the bags, the items, the plastic items that are actually killing the animals in the ocean, and outside also in the wild. because they don't really know. It's just a human left the bag here. Let me see what it is. Let me check it out. Let me see if it is tasty. And the animals, I believe that they were here before us, and we came and we started ruining their environment. I think we should be aware that we are here to keep the environment in balance. We are not supposed to damage the environment. We are not supposed to kill the animals. So there is no recycling. There is no recycling policies. You go to a school, there is no recycling policies. Someone let me try. I remember a certain case. A person that knows that I'm all recycle kind of freak or something like that, but I really care about the environment. If I care about the environment, I care about others, and I care about the future generations, and I don't want them to go around and do all this nonsense and spreading rubbish everywhere. Things are supposed to be organized and clean, and the reflection of what they do in the streets and what they do wherever is the education, is a reflection of the education that they are given at their homes and they are given at the schools. And the person is coming to me. I remember this person, and he has some items on his hands, and this plastic and his metal, and he looks at me first. And he opens the rubbish bin and he tells me, I know this is recycling, but I don't want to. And the recycling bin is just 5 meters away. I'm just gonna leave them here. And I look at him and I think to myself, oh my God, he's serious. And he's a guy with more than 50 years, for example. That's he's got children and everything. Isn't he thinking, how many times did I tell him? And I'm a bit younger, but how many times did I tell him, come on man, this is recycling, you should just put it in the recycling. Aren't you thinking about Mother Earth and the animals and the plants and the ecosystem and your children and your future generations? Aren't you thinking about them? How can a guy with about 10 years younger say to another one about recycling policies, and in front of me he knows that the recycling, it's supposed to go to the recycling bin, and he's telling me that he's not going to put it on recycling, he's just going to leave it on general rubbish bin, which is usual to put food and everything, the things that Mother Earth actually can consume. They're going underground and they're going to become something decomposed, and it's going to be mixed there, and comes the rain and push it all inside the earth. Yes. And he's telling me that is this something normal? Is this what people actually think is normal? I don't think that's normal. So I'm here to raise awareness in these matters, that education, which is all part of the education, the respect that one has to the others, especially children. But I see a lot of adults behaving like children, unfortunately, even worse, because there are children, very educated children, and for an analyst, for a person that analyzes the human behavior, it's very easy to get to that conclusion. So there's a problem here with education, where teachers are not giving the right messages to kids, to students, for example, and they grow and they become someone like me, a professional, a person that cares. But a lot of them, they're not becoming this, especially in the UK. There's a lot of lack of education, a lot of bad behaving people, children and adults. So I'm coming to the end of the video anyways. I don't want to make it very long. This is a bit more serious video. Don't take me very, very serious. It's just life happening anyways along the way. But I think we are all here to improve things, and we are all here to, each one of us, do his little bit to in order to push things into the balance, into the positive balance of things. Okay. So that was just a matter of the education, which is the reflex of the education that parents and teachers give them at home and at school. Okay, so if we all have that in mind, we will be living in a much better world, okay, and much better humans, which they will be educated. I will bring up more of these subjects which I think they are kind of a nonsense, and I will start bringing more of those to raise awareness. And you can call me Phil. You go to my YouTube channel. There's all the description there of the links for my blog, for my Facebook page. It's just a normal page, the personal page. I cannot have a lot of pages and waste my time on managing all of them. That's my Instagram also, which I post fast things. I'm not posting much because there is more freedom on Facebook to do that, which I can write and post as many images and videos that I want, with the size basically that I want. And that's it. If you guys want to know more about me, I'm a personal trainer, I'm an electronics technician. Soon I'll be acquiring nutrition course or biochemistry or whatever. I'm always studying. I love studying. And that's it, because we are also here to self-educate ourselves, to grow. And click the buttons, like and subscribe, and I'll be here if you need to know anything else about me or about any other subject. If you want to talk about something, we can talk about these things on the comments. And peace and love, and have a nice day.